Guys and girls, I'm back in Warrington, in fact sunny Warrington again. We're definitely having a heat wave here. We're back at Into Moto and I've done my little game that I like to play, which is go in and find the cheapest motorcycle in Into Moto. And yes, for you big engined people, unfortunately today it's only a 50cc, but for you guys interested in the smaller capacity bikes, make sure you stay with me because it is a very cheap one today. I don't know if it's the cheapest one that I've actually had so far. May well be. Let's have a look what it is today. Here we go. So this is the Sym Jet 4 50cc and it's currently up for sale for £1,099, so just over £1,000. But it is a used model, so there is no on the road. It is just £1,099. So it does make it the cheapest bike currently for sale in Into Moto. So let's have a look around it. I'll throw some specs at you and of course we will go for a ride because it's bloody hot and this is bloody warm. So yeah, I need to cool off. So I'm going to try and do this as quickly as possible. Yeah, I want to do the fun bit. Right into the fun bit. Stay with me. What do we think of the looks? Let's go all the way around. In fact, I'll go around the back first. Just looks like, I'm going to call it just a generic scooter because it does. It looks like a lot of scooters of this era. This is on a 2018 plate. Or an 18 plate, should I say. We've got to do maths now. That makes it 7 years old. But for a 7-year-old bike, it looks all right. There's a like odd little mark and scuff on there. Oh, 12 o'clock in Warrington means the bells. That reference will mean nothing to you young ones. Anyway, let me wait till the bells are finished. I'm sure it's only 12 o'clock. It sounds like it's 100 o'clock with the amount of times these bells are ringing. Yeah, those bells have been ringing far too long. Anyway, I'll try and work through it, so try and ignore them as best you can. Yes, for a 7-year-old bike, there is an odd little mark here and there, but that's what you're going to get. But it looks all right. It's been cleaned up very nicely. And coming round to the front, yeah, a bit of splashes of colour. You've got a bit of yellow on the sides and then you've got your white and black at the front. But it is what it is. It's a cheap motorcycle or a cheap scooter. So what do you think of the looks? Let me know in the comments. I like the white wheels actually. I think they go well against the black paintwork. You can have somebody on the back of this if you want to. As far as grab handles go, you'd have to just grab the rear rack maybe, but there's a nice little place there for a rear pillion. What I do like is the front, the rider, the important spot for me. You've got quite a long area there, so you can move back and forth in the seat to get comfortable. So I like that. You've got different sitting positions available to you. There is some rear pegs should you want to take somebody on the back, but for me that's not ideal. 50cc's get really affected by the weight. The heavier you are, the slower they will go, and if you've got two people on, unless you're both really light, yeah, there might be an issue with performance. Nice big step through, and of course there's a bag hook there as well, so you've got room for a shopping bag. And I can't believe that bell's still going. So the engine on this is 50cc's. It does claim a maximum speed of 31 miles per hour. So very much like a brand new 50cc. The restricted, it's why the learner bikes, they're ideal if you're 16 years old or you're just working in a town or you're just sticking to 30-mile-an-hour roads. It's an ideal bike because it means you're going to be really fuel efficient, because 50cc's are. claimed 3.5 mighty horses in this bike. The main thing for me at this engine size is that it can keep up with traffic. So that's what I'll be testing. Can it do 30 miles an hour with my good self on? And I'm 14 stone, so if it does it with me on, it's going to do it with you on. Weight on this, 107 kilograms, so it's a light scooter. That means to move around takes little to no effort. Currently on the center stand, should I want to take it off, just a little push like that or a little tug, the bike's off the center stand, and you can see it is so easy to move around. To get on the center stand, just step on that, make sure you're holding the front and back for balance, put your, not even all your weight, just stand on it and it pops into place. So nice and easy. I can do it, which means you can do it. Seat height on this, 785 millimeters. So I'll take it off the center stand, I'll be lazy, I'll put my leg through and we'll take it off that way. Now with the center stand, I can get my feet down, but I'm tiptoes. There you go, a little bit of rocking motion, and you can take it off the center stand from the seating position. Now, even though it's only 785 millimeters, I can get my feet down flat, but I am straight as I can be. Any taller and I wouldn't be able to do it, which is strange for a 785 millimeter. But like I've said in the past, because these seats are wide, your legs are kind of spread a little bit, which means 785 isn't the true story, because I've sat on bikes 50 millimeters taller and I'm flat foot on them, whereas with this, yeah, I'm barely doing it. So yeah, the seat width does matter. You can move back quite a lot on this, as I showed you when I showed the seat. So I've moved back to the end of the seat, or the end of the bit I can sit on. There's still quite a big area here in front of you. Now I'm on my tiptoes as well. But it's good to know, because if you're a taller rider, don't let the 785 millimeter seat height put you off, because once you sit back, it does feel a hell of a lot taller. And when you do sit at the back of the seat, you've got a few different options for your feet as well. You've probably got about 6 or 7 inches that you can move your feet forwards and backwards, so that's good as well if you've got longer legs. Seat does feel really comfortable though. Suspension wise, there doesn't seem to be a lot of travel, so we'll see what it's like on the bumpy roads of Warrington very, very shortly. Pop it straight back onto its center stand, easy peasy. Let's keep going. Front disc has got a 2-piston caliper, and there's a drum brake on the rear. That light, it's all the stopping power you need. They're usually really good, but I will test the brakes when we're out and about. Just the left hand side shock, again, we'll see what that's like when we're out. Bubbles will show me if it's any good, because that's usually the place to separate the men from the boys. Bit of storage at the front on this one, and it's a key. Just about big enough to put a mobile phone in that side, and little to nothing in that side, to be fair. Bit of a token gesture. Can't see any USBs or anything like that to charge your phone, but I would say that is probably deep enough actually to put a power bank in there with your phone if you wanted to charge that way. But it's nice, it's a bit of an extra, and it's lockable, so that's good. Yeah, some decent storage underneath. I would suspect you're not going to fit a full face helmet in there. While it does look long, it's not particularly wide, so it certainly wouldn't fit my helmet in, but I've got quite a large head, to be fair. But a smaller helmet you'll fit in there, no problem. And there you've got access to your fuel tank as well. I like that. Definitely a previous owner joke, being a 50. Nice little snail on there. Someone's got a sense of humour, I like that. Buttons, yeah, fairly basic as you would expect. Horn indicator, high and low beam. Right hand side, just your engine start. Simple. And the screen on this You've got old school dial with kilometers on the outside in white, and you've got your miles per hour on the inside in blue. Then you've got a little bit of digital screen, so let's have a look at the information that's on there. Let's put the ignition on. It's got fuel gauge. You've got clock. No, it isn't 11:30 in the evening. And you've got total miles. This is showing 5,764. In fact, is that miles or kilometers? That may well be kilometers. I'll double check that. Just back to basics really, but that's what I like about scooters. Nothing complicated. It's an automatic. It's got no gears. Twist this and you'll be going. Simple. That's the walk around done. Let's go for a ride. Let's see, can we get to 30 miles an hour and how comfortable it is. Stay with me. I don't need to ride it long. I just need to make sure it can do the basics. Let's go. Let's see how easy this bike is to turn around then, shall we? So we'll do full lock. Okay, so turn it round on its own power because I'm lazy. But the turning circle on that is as you'd expect really from a small lightweight. Really good. That's where I started. In fact, probably one of the best because I've got miles from that green fence. Let's see what it's like on the roads. Actually, that actually picks up speed really well. And the shock for me there is most 50s, they do pick up speed quite gradually, let's say. But this one, because it's run in, it does seem to pick up speed from a standing start quite quickly. Albeit, I think the speedo stopped working. But, by the by, the speedo might have stopped working, but I'll be able to tell if I can keep up with traffic. Now this is the thing, now obviously when this bike sells from Into Moto, they'll have sorted that problem. All I really want to test today is it capable on the road? Can it keep up with traffic? If it can, then it's capable of doing 30 miles an hour, isn't it? So yeah, I'll give it a little zip around the block. Try and keep up with this Golf R32. I might struggle. Yeah. Now, actually, it's keeping up with traffic, and it's actually quite a pleasant place. You can feel the bumps. I think the single shock does affect the comfort, but it's not uncomfortable, but you can feel the bumps. But there's no vibration or anything through the seat. I'm not feeling any of that. And it gets up to 30 miles an hour. Well, I'm guessing it's 30 miles an hour. It does seem to keep up with other cars on the road. But it feels quite nippy. Other 50cc's that I've been on, this does seem to pick up speed quicker than the average. Yeah, it does. And you can see that car in front I'm actually catching up to. I've got to ease off a little bit. So normal road speeds around town isn't actually too bad. Now don't get me wrong, this isn't the best scooter I've ever been on, because it's never going to be. It is a well-used 50cc scooter that is for sale at a low price. It's £1,000 or just over, but it works. The performance is actually all right. The brakes, yeah, the brakes are good. It stops. I'm just impressed with how nippy it is. Now the only downside is that speedo's not working, so that could be one of any problems, but I know that I'll feed that back to them now in the shop and they'll get that fixed. That won't be a problem. But for a cheap run around, if you want something to just zip around town on, you want something to get you a mile or two down the road, it's a cheap and cheerful way of doing it. Now, would it be my choice if I went into Moto with a couple of £1,000 in my pocket? No, absolutely not, it wouldn't, because other bikes are available, better bikes are available, but not everybody has the same budget. And if your budget is £1,000 or there is, damn it, then this is an option that is available for you. So if it's a bike that you're interested in, I'll put a link in the description for Moto. It's a cheap and cheerful option, that's all I can really say about it. It rides and it stops. So yeah, if it's something that interests you, then get onto the guys at Moto if you're looking for a cheap bike. Because if it's not this one, because these cheap ones do sell quickly, they will have something else in there, as you'll see by my regular going in and finding the cheapest motorcycle in there. So yeah, thanks for watching, catch you guys on the next one. Laters.